I can't even find my song. I cannot find my song. I'm walking, trying to see my feet and toes. All right, let's use this one. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, okay. That ain't working. That ain't working. I gotta find it somewhere. I gotta find it somewhere. I gotta find it somewhere. I don't know what else to do. Let's go for a walk. No music this morning. Wait, my exit. Get on your bikes. Get on the get your weights if you're doing weights. Step on your bike. Let's start the treadmill. Wait, my exit. Sorry for the spit. Yes, let's see. Okay. I think I'm looking good. I don't know why I'm getting calls before I'm going live. I've been doing this June. 2.5 years. 2.5 years already we've been walking. Wow. Happy 2.5 year anniversary. Happy 2.5 year anniversary. Happy 2.5 year anniversary. Happy 2.5 years anniversary. Yes. Okay, I got 10 minutes. I'm still waiting on the song. I'm gonna have to give it to y'all raw. I'm trying, but I don't know anything about this music field. That's not my zhuzh. I knew how to copyright and do stuff with my writings, but I don't know about this. I know I make songs up all the time and I write songs all the time, but I don't know about it. So Ron's super busy and he's helped me with it, but he's super busy. So I'll just have to give it to y'all from off the computer. I'll put it up on YouTube because YouTube has a way of making your music and your video sound really good. So what do they call it? Whatever they condense it or whatever they do. So it just might be just up on YouTube. And that'll be that. Sent the script to my niece. Haven't heard anything. I think I should have. Sometimes I'm so impulsive. I found the script and I was like, oh man, I like to read it for Juneteenth. And, let me send it to my niece. You know, she's in the publishing and stuff like that. She can tell me about the flow and different things like that. And then I can read it to y'all. And I didn't think about the contents or the context. And it may have been disturbing for her. Remember, I wrote this 30 years ago. It can be very disturbing for her. They don't know me. And that's a little piece of my, as they call it, intellectual thingabobby. And so now I'm feeling really bad about that because I should have kept it. I should have just kept it, pushed through myself. We got so many universities and colleges around here. I should have went and got a college student, university student. If I do any other projects, which I'm surrounded by colleges and universities, I think I'm going to tap into the English department. You know, next time I do anything with music, I'm going to go to these universities. I'm going to tap into the music departments and go like that. So Don't know what's going on with the script. Don't know what's going on with the song. So that's why the ancestors don't want me talking. I have no resolution. It's still up in the air. That's why they'll be bogarting the conversations. They gave me 10 minutes, but believe it or not, I'm pretty near finish at 5. That's for me. Yeah, doing good. Feeling good. Oh, I finally made a throwback Thursday. Charmaine sent me, oh gosh, this had to be like 4 or 5 years ago, when Kaz was teaching me ballroom dancing. Now, I had taken it before. I've taken this, that was my 3rd time doing ballroom dancing. And it's dark because it was in my daughter's garage. We were celebrating her 1st year anniversary. I had a few beers in me. Can't touch it now, but I had a few beers in me. And so I put that up. I haven't put it up on YouTube yet, but I will. That was a lot of fun. And that's it. When it's up, when the song is up on CD Baby, we'll let you know. When it's up on YouTube, we'll let you know. Don't know now. When I get the script back and try to find a way, I probably won't even, sorry ancestors, I don't think we'll get the script. But what I can do is we can listen to my podcast, The Pawn Moves First. Yes. Yes. Okay, they're happy with that. So, all right, they got it. When I was a little girl in East New York, Brooklyn, my dearest, dearest friend was Maria. I would leave the house. I'd walk to Maria's house. Maria's mother was wonderful. She'd always invite me up. She'd always offer me something to eat. That was the first time or only place that I ever remember eating onions and eggs together. She would fry them up for Maria and always kind enough to offer me. And me and Maria, we played in the schoolyard and everything. We was close. Then we would meet up again after school. We'd walk back. Maria's house was first, so she would go to her house, and then I would continue walking home. Now, very few things my mother did pissed me off. But I remember this clearly. She would talk bad about Hispanic people. And Maria was my friend. So I would get angry because I was like, you talking about my friend. So I would pout and stuff. I just didn't like it. I mean, in my head, she didn't know what she was talking about. She didn't know how kind Maria's mother was to me. And now I know why my mother was like that. She lost day work. There was this African American woman from the South that used to pull up in the van every morning, and everybody would hop in. And they would go all over Jersey, dropping folks off at the house. And the van went from full to, I mean, they would show up and my mother had work. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then all of a sudden, the van wasn't pulling up like that. And I just remember my mother being angry because she said, like Maria's mother never was taking her job. Now, like I said, I was upset with her because I didn't like, what she was saying about my friend and her family. But coming from my mother's perspective, and they felt that the only reason they was bringing in those South Americans to do the housekeeping stuff like that was to put the African American in a position of pure poverty, to live in those roach infested houses, apartments that they couldn't get out of, to have them groveling and crawling to the Department of Social Services so they can say we're lazy. And now look. Look. Now all of a sudden, they don't want them in here no more. We don't want those South Americans. Nah. I remember when y'all damn near was dragging them by their feet across the goddamn border to work for you. Because you didn't want no black person in your house. You didn't want no black person. It looked better having the Hispanics around doing your gardening and in your house with the kids. It made you look better. Oh, the best gardeners in the world were the South Americans. We've gardened this whole penal colony since we came here as prisoner of war of the King of England. Ain't had nothing wrong with it when it was free. But when you had to pay some corns, all of a sudden, our ancestors weren't good farmers. They weren't good planters. They weren't good this. They weren't good that. So you was dragging these Hispanics over into this penal colony like you're doing drugs right now. And now all of a sudden, ooh, ew, ooh, it's too many. It's too many. You didn't think about that when you was going down there messing up their governments, putting the rebels against one another. Always back the rebels until the government is destroyed. Then you come back and celebrate white man power victory. And then we'll get them hired. We'll get them hired. They'll come here hired. We'll spread vicious, malicious, low-down lies about African Americans. And then the white people will be so scared, they won't want them in their house. And then we'll let the Hispanics come in. Now, what they doing at the border? Why they want to come over here? Oh, did I forget the fact that they was getting their house loans, car loans, and everything, farm loans, and everything else, where they ain't give us shit? Did I forget that for you? Now, ooh, comfortable, little Hispanics. I remember when you loved them. Oh, we love Maria. No, she doesn't speak any English, but we're learning to speak Spanish. She's so smart, and she's so this. And he's my gardener. He's fantastic. And he's my houseman. And he's a... Oh! These folks in this penal colony had knee pads on, blowing them South Americans to get over here. Now, all of a sudden, you're shooting them at the border. Don't do no business with this penal colony. Other countries, open your eyes and see what it is. When they can use you, They love you. They want you. When you have no purpose for them, they don't want you no more. Now, as big as this penal colony is, it ain't enough room for South Americans. I see open land and all the time. They would go there and make that. Let me stop. We tried. They burned us out. We tried. They burned us down. We tried. They attacked us. But they didn't tell that in the history books. They didn't tell the world that. Don't do business with these people. Don't do the business with these people, honey. As the Native Americans say, they speak with forked tongue. I remember Maria. And now I understand why my mother was so upset. Because she saw the bullshit. So I say to my mother now, you was right. They just brought them over here because y'all were leaving the South from that oppression and you were coming north or you going west and you're trying to find jobs and build your life and they didn't want it. So they just besmirched your name, did everything, and they said the South Americans are the best. They're the smartest. They're the quickest. They're the better. Hire them. Don't hire no black people. Them black people is criminals from when the king brought their ancestors here as prisoners of war. Prisoners of war over 600 years ago. Why you call this penal colony? These people got so intelligent so fast. I know not. Let's get some water. I don't think I can get the song no more. Wow. I want to try. See if I can get the song. I cannot find my own song. So that means I have to take care of this before I come down here. I thought it was all taken care of, but it's not. Yes. Let's drink some water. Yes. No music. I'm going to have to bring down my computer. I'll probably have to pull the music off the computer. We do what we have to do. Until we do something else. If it ever gets on CD Baby or something like that, I'll be able to download it from there and I won't have to worry about trying to find it on YouTube, which I can't do. Yeah. So they wanted me to tell you about that. Oh. The woman in the ectopic pregnancy. These hillbillies. These are men that if you say menstrual cycle in front of them, they turn red, they cover their faces, they have no idea. These Hatfield and McCoy wardens, you call them politicians, I call them wardens, I call them overseers, and they are so ignorant that if you stood up in Congress and said menstrual cycle, half of them would pass out, hide their face, like I said, turn beet red, probably have a heart attack. That is how ignorant they are about a woman's body. So, the woman didn't get an ectopic removed. It's a baby that was formed outside of the womb. She couldn't get it removed because it was, they call it abortion. So, of course, the baby grew, and then they had to do a hysterectomy. Now listen to the Hatfield-McCoy logic. No, you can't have an ectopic removed. That's a baby growing outside the womb. Nobody's going to survive. The baby's going to die. And the mother possibly too. Don't matter. Not these Hatfields and McCoys, honey, them Republicans. They don't understand. They know nothing about the female body. So now, she and other women like her will not be able to have children. And you don't know how common having the baby on the outside, because my sister had one. It's sometimes common that the baby grows on the outside of the womb, but you just remove it, do the healing, and then she can have more kids. Hopefully it'll be inside the womb this time. They didn't do it. So they want babies. Oh, don't kill babies. Don't kill babies. Don't kill a woman's chance of ever having children. Do you see how stupid these people are? And around the world, the Americans, they're so advanced. They're so this. First of all, they hate us from something for a king that they say they fucking hate. So how advanced can you damn be? Tell a story of our ancestors sitting in Africa, minding our business, and they coming over there taking us to use for enslavement. Bullshit! Nowhere in society does that happen. What they was doing was, we were attacking Europe, fucking it up, ruled it for a while, and when they started coming to blows again, the Europeans got smart. Instead of the Africans coming over as reinforcements, the Europeans went over to Africa and rounded them up and sent them to this penal colony. So they had no reinforcements. And then they took the ones that were over there kicking ass, threw them in penal colonies. Jamaica, probably the Bahamas, all those places English speaking. We're fucking up Spain. They came over here and started their penal colony. Florida. Some Louisiana was back and forth. The French, fucking up the French. Their penal colony. Louisiana. Advance. How you advance? You ain't even telling the truth. I was on TikTok and the white lady said, "You don't know how horrible it is. We went over there and got them and brought them over here as slaves." I was like, you cannot possibly know history and know that some bullshit like that was going to happen. It's called rounding them up. The supplies for the African that was ruling and beating the hell out of Europe came from Africa. The Europeans just got smart enough to go after the reinforcements. Round them up and started dumping them in Guantanamo Bay, since y'all don't understand penal colonies and stuff like that. Guantanamo Bays, like this one on this landmass, and the one on the Jamaican landmass, and probably the Barbados landmass, and probably all those other landmass that were ruled by the king, and then the queen. On this penal colony, I hate black people. Why? What did they ever do to you? Nothing. Nothing. But I hate them. Because this is a penal colony. And on the penal colony, it was built. That's why we're here. Because of us. That's why these folks are wardens. Really, president? No, countries have president. Penal colonies have wardens. You have your executive warden. You have your judicial wardens. And you have your legislative wardens. And all they do is manage this penal colony. That's why no matter who African Americans vote for, ain't gonna change. They're wardens. Their whole function, job description. Put your foot on them Africans' neck and never let it out. Even 600 years. How many freaking generations is that? Ooh. So many generations, they don't even know what they're hating us for. Did we blow up government buildings? No. Did we poison the water? No. Did we drive a plane? No. They wouldn't allow us to take. No, they wouldn't take us on as pilots. First of all, they made it so expensive, we couldn't afford it. But honey, the Iraqis, Afghanistanis could afford it. And as long as they could afford it, these dumbass Hatfields and McCoy, we'll teach you. As long as you ain't black, we'll teach you. Just like the South Americans. Oh, come on in. As long as you're not black, we want you. Hey, thanks for coming on the walk. Good morning. Oh, as long as it ain't black. Intelligent. My father used to say, every time they said something about civil rights, he used to say, how can uncivilized people talk about civil rights? Now I understand. You hating on us, you don't even know why. Because if you did your homework, you'd have to go back to the King of England and tell the truth of it, not them lies. Oh, so the ancestors got their way. Well, I got my like 5 minutes in, but they is really pissed about these South Americans being treated like that because you made them, this penal colony made my mother and them generation feel like crap. They stepped on them and they hyped up the South Americans. Besides, we didn't want to be in their kitchens anyway, but we ain't had no other job. Don't do no business with these folks. They're liars. They're never going to take responsibility for anything they do. They're dumb. I don't care all the Harvard secret society bullshit. They're still dumb. And they're liars. Just tell the truth. Starved us. All of a sudden, we was coming up north, getting jobs. Everything was good. Trying to get in school education, they wouldn't let us do that. But we could clean their house and wipe their kids' ass. And then South Americans came. Well, they white ass better than the Africans. The blacks, the Negroes. They wipe children's asses better than the Negroes. we had attitudes, that's what it was. We became hostile. That was the narrative about us. That was the labeling. Whether Hispanic, they was just different. They were smarter, they were faster, they were kinder. Don't hire the African American born here. No, not the African American. Too busy trying to starve us. Oh, yes, the ancestors are raging about that bullshit. We got our 8-pound weights. Whew. Suck in your stomach. Let's see if I can get further down here. Suck in your stomach. Put your elbow in. Neither up nor down. 10 times. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think I'm coming up too high, but I'll work on it. Hey, thanks for coming on a walk. Hey, Carmi. Tuck in your elbow. Squeeze your gut. Neither up nor down. 10 times. That number say Patty. Oh, hold on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, good luck. So yeah, foreign countries don't do nothing with these vile villains. Like I said, you get credit when you come to America. We was born here, we couldn't get it. You can get houses, you can get cars, you can even get business loans. They was dragging South Americans over here. And now, oh, just to make sure we couldn't get it, they won't give it to us. And now all of a sudden, you should rot. Everything this penal colony touches, turn to shit. You label us, just use other cultures with your lies. And now you're killing them. That had them in cages, making them sterile. I remember that orange shit stain time. But no, there's many of us still alive. The COVID didn't get all of us. We remember when y'all had knee pads on, blowing those South Americans. Welcome them with open arms and bank accounts. Now all of a sudden, you don't want them in your country because they're taking your jobs. No, the only jobs I was taking back in that day, to tell you, for was my mother and them. Make sure the Negro can't feed their children. That was it. Hey, y'all. Hey, Patty. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Be good to yourself. As RuPaul said, if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody. I think that was RuPaul. Have a great day. Thanks for coming on the walk. See you tomorrow.